Hey, hey, do you hear what they're talking about over there? What? Huh? What? What are you talking about? I don't know. It sounds kind of weird. Make me a little curious, though. We should go over there. You want to go over there? Yeah, come on, let's go over there. All right, okay, let's go over there.
Hello, welcome back to another episode, another week here in January with Neuvias. This morning we have myself hosting, Murray Angel, Murray Jackson from Australia. We have the resident tarot reader for Neuvias, an eccentric being, Carol V. And we have supporting us today, Alicia Maximo, coming red hot out of another meeting podcast prior to this, fueled with all that energy to share. So today, we're going to share with you our first card read for the quarterly year of 2025. Being a universal year, we believe that there's a great amount of energy that can be unpacked here for this first quarter to assist us as a collective as we move and transition from the state of I into the state of we. Carol, would you love to read us a card to begin with?
Absolutely. I'm over here shuffling. Let's get this going.
Feeling the vibes, putting all that good energy onto the cards.
See what January has to hold is the first card spread that we're going to do. I know we're mid-January already, but let's just see what we've got going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, fun times. I pulled out 3 this time just so I can get a little bit of clarity, and I'll show you the cards as they are. Just as we're heading into the middle of January this year, there's a lot of abundance flowing. There's new creative endeavors happening for people, a new job. If you're wanting to start a business, the thing is definitely do it. I would also say just be cautious with people right now that surround you because they do not have your best interest in heart. They seem to be very nice to you, but will turn around and stab you in the back just as quickly. So be mindful of people who are asking a lot of questions during this time as well. There may be somebody trying to take things from you, so be sure that you are hiding your belongings. Make sure that you're keeping your bank account and all that good stuff hidden from others because people are nice, but they could also be horrible. And not that it's happens to us and that's not a good way to start this January, but it's because you're fixing to sprout into a lot of abundance for the month of January. And people do not like that sometimes. People are there to help you, yes, but then there are people there that do not want you to grow any further and prosper. So keep that in mind for January as we move towards that.
Well, I was going to mention, would you mind holding up the card so we can see what you pulled?
Yes.
Thank you, Alicia.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to ask the same thing.
I have the 7 of coins, the 8 of the 8 of cups, and then of course the 7 of swords. So those are what I have at this moment. That's why I said this is new beginnings, new job, new opportunities flowing. However, with that being said, this is what not trusting the people around you and stuff. So just be careful. This is also walking away from relationships that no longer serve you as well. So it could be walking away from a career that just doesn't serve your purpose this year. And so you're ready to start new opportunities.
Fantastic. That's a really good insight. Thank you for going into each card for our audience and for our greater collective who may want to visually see the card and identify some intuitive energy to that for their own resonance. Absolutely. I guess I would just like to unpack that a little bit and maybe begin by saying, well, we all know here firsthand that energy is nor created or destroyed, and it's continuously in a state of movement. And we experience that here on this plane as emotion, which is our energy in motion. and that's individualized and collectively spread far and wide. So I guess, Carol, I would like to ask you, how can people go about disconnecting from these created energy systems with these lower spectrums and lower vibratory frequencies that are not matching with the new realm of frequencies that are being presented to us, being the fifth dimension and above? How can they create a disconnection or a separation? What kind of tools could be available to an everyday person that would allow them to just take a moment or create a space and provide themselves that self-love to give themselves an opportunity to go into the new year, new energy, without those coming forward with them?
I would probably what I would do is just cut off a lot of past wounds, leave them behind. Anything traumatizing that you continue to bring with you, just let it go. It has happened. It's no longer serving you.
That's a big one. How can they specifically cut that cord or tie that's mentally associated or physically attached to that energy that's in motion? How can they create that separation for themselves a bit?
What you can do is call up on Archangel Michael. He is the one that will help cut cords, as they call it, or cut any type of cording that doesn't vibe with your energy any longer. There's a certain way that a lot of people can do it. It's very simple. Just call upon him. It's like praying to Archangel Michael and telling him to sever those energies that no longer serve you and your purpose in life, and just to let it go. You have to also give him permission to do so. That is definitely one way. That's just simple and easy. It won't take a whole 30 minutes, just a quick boom, 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 and it's done.
Can be done in 30 seconds. I love that. It's practical, it's grounded. Anybody can access it at any time, under any situation, in any circumstance, which means we're all in the right place at the right time then. And we
Exactly, Murray.
An amazing reminder. Thank you for that, Carol. How about you, Alicia? I would love to just pass the mic over to you and get Venora's effect and visualized spin on what kind of tips, what kind of tools and strategies have you come across in this early ascension period of your awakening and coming back to home in yourself?
Yeah.
What are you using to disconnect?
Yeah, I would say the first thing that I'm using to connect and also disconnect, and relating to the cards that Carol just pulled, as far as like protecting what you're building and all those abundance type of energy that's coming into my field at the moment. I would say my following my intuition, but doing less of a forcing and letting everything just fall into place. I feel like today where I'm so used to like having control, and then when I don't have control over something that I'm used to having control over, then I like either like self-doubt, or I'm like looking for other answers or looking for different like opportunities. But I've become so aware of my power and my intuition and my intuitiveness, where I'm attracting that energy at the moment. It's just amazing to see it come full circle. So I would say just follow your intuition, and it definitely doesn't lie. Especially as a woman, we know when things are not the best for us, and we know when things, are like to go down that right path or that right direction. And to relating what Carol said, I feel like it's so important to figure out who's your tribe, or who are the people that are going to be there to support you and not take from you, who's going to be there to help build you up when you're feeling low, or you're feeling very like on the wits about a decision that you're trying to make, either in a career, business, or in your personal life, or even relationships. And I feel like it's so important to surround yourself with a community or with those types of people, so they come in different masks and very different shapes and forms. And sometimes we take, we don't judge a book by its cover, but we don't know what's really inside the book until you really get to know the person, what their intentions are with you, and what you're building for yourself. So no,
I
back to
love that.
that. I'm just
Amazing.
grateful for being a woman, right? in this
I'm
world.
sure many
And
are, as we
of
come into
course.
2025 with the rise of these divine feminine energies. I'm sure Mother Earth appreciates you returning to such a
Thank
great
you,
truth.
Murray. I appreciate it. Even the women that we have on the screen today, we're powerful. We can create or design anything. And I'm just happy to share that with all of you, and being a woman, following her
Really noted.
intuition.
Duly
Yes.
noted, ladies. As a divine masculine, I duly note this. As a beforehand on this. Thank you so much, Alicia. Lynn, thanks for joining us. I'm so glad that you have the extra bandwidth with all that superpower you have over there in the Philippines. How about grounding some of that big energy for us and sharing some of your tools that have helped you along your interim journey?
All right. Yeah. So, um, I agree. I also want to
We
um
might have to pray for some bandwidth here.
part. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
now I can hear you.
beautiful.
So yeah, so I was saying not everyone around you has your best part, and that's okay. So being people around you is not about having mistrust, but it's protecting your peace and energy. So surround yourself that lift you up, not those people that will drain you.
Very well said. So
Yeah.
boundaries are a very essential part of the first quarter of this year, while everybody is learning to find their way, finding these new reconnections that have been available to us all along as we remember together collectively. It's a very, very interesting time. And when you put all that together, you can begin to see where, as a collective, we could rise this to a greater standard. So I would like to take a moment to unpack everything that you have all said today to give our audience a greater understanding of what they can do with all of this amazing gold light information and how they can put that into a single container to propel themselves into their next dimensional frequency as we have. So for our audience, our viewers, and the future collective, it doesn't take a deep meditation or an isolation for you to be important, connected, or one. That is now and that's ever present. Your energy will continually be in a state of motion, whether you're awake or asleep. Given that you have free will and a state of consciousness at any given time in your linear timeline of a day, which consists of 24 hours, you can take a moment to pause. You can connect through your third eye and your belief system to a greater collective, more specifically, Archangel Michael. Through Archangel Michael, you can bring forth a greater light, which acts as a conduit for you to cut those cords, to create separation, and to give you new space and freedom to express and experience again at a new vibratory level. Setting boundaries is important. We don't cut cords to repeat our processes. We don't like to loop as humans. So while in this process, create the boundaries around yourself. Speak nicely to yourself and assure yourself that that was the past now, you're here in the present, and you're moving into a future. And they are no longer coinciding together. That includes people, situations, memories, thoughts, trauma, and any other experience of the array that falls under the column of emotion, as we first spoke about. So with that, we hope that this will help you go forward and do what you need to do to release what no longer serves you, to have the greatest year of your life. Carol, would you love to dive into a second card for us? We've just got so much energy here.
Yes. Love it. Keep it flowing, Marie.
Absolutely. We are actually going to look at February since we're doing three of the first months. So let's see what February is going to hold as we go in, as we are getting ready to next couple of weeks pop into February already. It seems like everything goes fast.
Yeah. So say February is Black History Month also. So we're gonna have some parades, some extra festivities going on.
Yeah. I just said, add to that, January 30th is Chinese New Year, Year of the Dragon.
Oh, yes, that's
All right,
right.
I'm sorry, Year of the Snake. Year of the Snake.
The year of the
We
Um,
must
snake.
close out today, Carol. We must close out speaking about the year of the snake. We must.
I just remembered.
Yes.
So,
Thank you.
I got the swords, the Six of Swords. So
Ooh.
During February, it seems that there might be some type of move going on in your surroundings. I would say maybe it might be move from another location. If you have thought about buying a new house, it's definitely going to happen for you. I think some people are probably also wanting to just let go of the past and move forward. This also could mean just you picking up with your family and just going where you feel is going to work for you in the long run. So there is a move coming in around February. It could also mean also not do like an actual move, but maybe a move from one career to another career to help with a promotion or something that came through for you.
Something that's been anticipated.
Yes. This one is the Nine of Wands. This one here is just letting us know that you're reaping what you sow. You're looking at your horizons and you're very proud with what you've accomplished so far. Um, Looking forward is always the best thing than looking behind. So, another thing with that is doing things is better than not doing anything at all. So, just know that where you are in life right now, you've done the best with what you've got. And it's okay to fall sometimes. You just dust yourself and pick yourself up and continue moving onward. For February, we also have the Queen of Wands. So there will be a woman. Yes, this is, I love these queens.
Yes.
There will be a woman that's going to come and give you insight, whether it's with work, whether it's about love, whether it's something that they're very passionate about. It's a very older, wiser woman, so she's going to give you the knowledge that she has and wisdom that she has. I would advise for you to listen to her. She means well. She has your welfare at heart, and what she says is very meaningful and compassionate. So that is what's going to happen to you, or what's going to happen for February.
It's beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Mhm.
Very, very beautiful. Very insightful. You can see that the collective is here to receive messages and to give messages to us at this time. So be on the lookout for those messages. They do come to us in physicality. We are only able to perceive 0.0035% of the entire light spectrum through these beautiful eyes that we possess. So in order to receive these gifts, these messages, and this love, there is multi-dimensions that need to be passed through. And they manifest in the shapes and forms of our closest loved ones, our friends, our pets, our career experiences, and other opportunities, including timely events and opportunities, moving, and major shifts and life changes. So be on the lookout for your messenger in February. You will receive your message. It will come in the form of a divine lady, as we've just been told.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I don't know about you all, but anytime I've had someone come to me with sound or wise advice, I'm always bunkered down, ready to take it on.
Yes.
So I hope it's the same for all of you. Alicia, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about knowing that February is going to have such a flip to itself, an inverse with so much new energy that we've created here in January and coming into the back end of December? How do you feel about knowing that these messages are going to arrive so timely and we will have to embrace them collectively?
Yeah, I feel very grounded and optimistic about everything that you just related to. I definitely would like to point out the resilience part of it for me personally, as far as moving to a different environment currently that I am now, and then also, you know, there's a lot of different types of pushbacks, but we gotta get up and dust ourselves off and keep going. So I would like to add like the resilience part of it and the momentum is just keeping me going. Every time, every morning I wake up, it's like I have something to do, but I'm happy to do it. And it's for a purpose. It's a purpose for my highest good, but it makes me feel good and proud that I'm doing it for my highest good. right? Or for my highest self. And this is what my highest self always wanted for me. So the momentum to keep going and creating and, you know, connecting with people and moving forward and creating life and creating my own life. That's what's really keeping me going and giving me the courage to put myself out there and to keep going. And also
Awesome.
back to the older, wiser woman. Like I said, it's always the wise women that are giving the top advice, right, Murray?
Knowledge is power.
We all like to
Yes.
be cradled from time to
Yeah.
time. We must be honest. No codependency here. We collectively
Yes.
like to absorb. Yes, I
Yeah,
agree.
when you look at, like, our grandparents, for example, my Nana, every time she says something, she says it for a reason for me to hear, so I look at her as a older, wiser woman to give me more tidbits about the situation of where I'm at, and then going towards a successful future in that way, so I would love to, like, I gotta call her later actually just to get more of a more of a
What do you
conversation with
know?
her.
End
Clarity.
up
Yeah,
getting reminded in real
exactly.
time.
But she's been
Glad
such
we
a
could help.
powerful, yeah, she's such a powerful light, and she gives me all the wisdom that she can when we do speak together. But yeah,
Thank you. Thank you for
yeah,
unpacking that and sharing that with us, because
mhm,
testament to what I just said previously, our guides are here. They're with
yeah,
us.
they
They will
are.
remain with us. And
Hmm.
we may be unaware of that, but that doesn't mean that we don't receive their help.
Hmm.
And sometimes we even long for it. Whether we're aware of it or not, it's always
Hmm.
there. Growing up
Yes.
with a grandfather, I had a very similar experience where I was drawn to the greater wisdom that exuded his very beingness
Hmm.
and his desire to take nothing in return. That was a very exhilarating relationship and pathway for me to perceive and to experience and to have such deep imprints. So I resonate with the clarity that you share here, and I'm sure everyone else does, that we trust where we know to go, and we will
Hmm.
do that time and time again. That is part of our
Yes.
linear human essence, and that's why we have a greater sensory system. It is there as our sensei to guide us to and
Yes.
from what does and doesn't serve us, what we need and what we don't need, what we want and what we would prefer not to have
Right.
around us.
Hmm.
Lynn, if you're with us, I don't know how you're going over there surfing the wave, but if you've got some bandwidth, would you like to share? Do you have anything to add in to the month of February?
Yeah, so I'm turning on my camera because my connection is very slow. But
Thank you. That's fine.
I just want to say that um like Carl is talking about reaping what you saw. So when we plant kindness, patience, and effort, we harvest growth and also goodness. So like life reflects what we put into it. Our thoughts, actions, intentions shapes our reality.
Thank you, Lynn. Such a timely reminder to ground us back into this present moment, the only real moment, the only real truth, the ever present now, where we all belong. Using that as a catalyst can be tricky sometimes. We've all experienced that. Coming into these new dimensional frequencies and the bandwidth of Mother Gaia as she upgrades her resonance frequency can be a little bit challenging, can be difficult, and can seem a little bit overwhelming. Most of us have battled nervous system imprints and heightened vigilance throughout this physical experience. So, a greater way to move past this would be to anchor in those messages, create those connection points, pull them down deep into your belly, breathe into them, trust them, and then discern from everything else around you. Because you are where you need to be. You are in the present moment. If you need to take that further because you have an analytical mind, imagine the future. Imagine what your future looks like at any level. Now take that information, that energy that might be overwhelming, and bring it into the past. Let that energy mirror off of what you've already achieved, what you've already overcome, what created that resilience, what's created that versatility for you to move forward with emotion, day to day, moment to moment. Bring that back into your present moment and use that as the fuel to catalyst yourself to be more present, to go towards that future without the overwhelm. There is a balance and there's an artistry in play to being a human being. And we are developing the greater knowledge and wherewithal to embrace this as a collective. These are our reminders and our tips, and we hope that they serve you as they serve us. Carol, would you please take us home with this rolling out energy, and let's get this third and powerful card out to this collective.
Absolutely. Let's see what March has got going on.
I can feel Marge's energy just powering in here right now.
Yes.
Hey, March. Let's have a little bit of snow down here and then pop in the spring here. And
Yes. I feel like we're all ready for the spring and the summer right now, and then all these different months, January, February, March. It's looking very promising.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So we are going with the Five of Wands. Five of Wands means that there might be a lot of fighting going on. It could be fighting, however, within yourself. Like, you can sometimes be your worst enemy, and it should not be that way. You need to be your best, not even enemy. You just need to be the best with who you are as a person, because the fighting can sometimes stagnate you moving forward. And so March, there might be a little bit of animosity going around. Just be careful that you have to listen to your intuition, and you need to go with what is going to work best for you, regardless of anybody saying anything else for you. We do have justice as also for March. So if there's any legal issues or actions that are needed at this time, everything will fall into your place. So do not worry about it. Do not fret. Also, please do not speed, because the cops will be out. January, do not want a speeding ticket. Just heads up.
No.
Like, you better do this. So it just a heads up.
That's a warning.
Right.
You know what? I mean, you'll probably get a little. No, yeah, you might get a little bit of talking to, but just be cautious of your surroundings. But like I said, if you're having to sign legal documents or anything, you have the green light to do so. So March is going to be, even though with the stepping of the blood foot, just be mindful. Nine of Pentacles is the last one. So the Nine of Pentacles means that there might be somebody who approaches you in the month of March that wants to offer you an opportunity to make more money. They're very good, quick, steadfast on their feet, and they're thinking about maybe forming some type of partnership with you if that is something that you're wanting to do. That is another go if that is something. Everybody's about making money. It's a good opportunity for you in the month of March as well in the financial sector. Also, if you're single, just wanted their relationship part out there. If you're single, there will be a gentleman caller that is well-to-do, has their stuff together, has their life going for them, and they might be ready to settle down and share that with you. So if you're not even looking, which most of us happen to search and not search, this person might find you out of the blue. So just, who knows? Might not, the arrow Cupid might not hit you February, but it will definitely hit you in January. I'm sorry, March.
I like that.
Oh, that's set up real quick. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. And that was a great insight to share, because there is a lot of people out there that are battling and navigating the landscape of dating and romance. And it is clustered, it is flustered, and it is annoying to the greater degree for most. I have many friends who share that repetitively.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
And because of that, it ambassadors for them, and it applauds them and encourages them to continue on that single route, knowing that that is the cause of their very loneliness. So I agree with you in that so much, Carol, that right now people should be on the lookout because there is new abroad in many ways. I think I would just like to box that in with some more wisdom, because it's just so amazing what you've pulled here today. And just remind our greater audience now that we are in a universal year. Like a collective message, it will not take that long for this to be received and to be realized, because every time someone hears this statement, they will reverberate that against how they feel about their reality and what's occurring inside that reality for them. And that measurement system will align itself very quickly to be a plateau where we will realize that it's out with the old and it's in with the new. So what better way to get in fashion, get in style, and get on trend than to take all the tips that have been shared here today, ground into your knowledge, remember, remember who you are, catalyze that for your future now by drawing on your past, discerning from anything that really doesn't need your attention in this immediate moment, and reminding yourself that you're okay, you're right where you need to be, and help is always available to you. So pause, connect to Archangel Michael, stand in the middle of the shopping center, take a moment. You may never know who you just happen to have an impact or an influence on. For the greater collective, that's what we're here to do for you. And we hope you take this resounding love and do the same. It's been fun hanging out today. Thank you, Carol. Thank you for reading and pulling on these cards. Thank you, Alicia, for your deep insight and your Venora effect. And Lynn for holding her bandwidth long enough to enjoy us. Is there anything else that you would like to add before we close out for today?
I would like to add also on that note, don't go out looking for it. It's going to hit you straight in the face when you least expect it. So just a FYI, if you're out there single, don't go search for it. It's going to find you.
Yes, let them come to you. Oh, Carol, did you want to add more details about the snake year for January 31st?
Yeah, actually, I will probably do that at another time. We know we have another segment coming in, so that'll kind of be a bit for you. I do, however, want to add today is January the 16th of 2025, which is an 8th day. So it is a unity day today for us.
Yay. That makes sense.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing. We would like to have that as our closing. And I would just like to take a moment to make note of some comments that were shared throughout our stream today. We had Omni Collective Creativity say that intuition is the river through which inspiration and insight flows. The arc line keeps it strong, connected to the third eye and the 0 point chakra.
Marge on point.
Marge Bigby shared, taking moments throughout the day to touch base with my higher self, guides, helps me stay tuned into the non-physical part of my experience. And Omni added, once again, March is my birthday month, lol. So new money in March would be cool for everyone. With an audio interface, I could connect my Casio keyboard and use it to create sounds in my music with GarageBand iOS. Just so everyone knows, Omni Collective creates divine frequencies and sounds for the greater collective.
Love that.
Yes, that's amazing.
We thank all of our listeners, followers, viewers, and potential oncomings for aligning with us and for receiving this transmission. It is with deep honor, gratitude, and the presence of the now, where we shine the most, that we thank you for being with us, and we take deep pride and honor in serving you. We hope you have a beautiful week. We hope you enjoy the energy of January, specifically the energy of February, preparing yourself for all the fun that is available in March. Let's get some new money, some new friendships, some new romance, and some new experiences. Aloha one, aloha all. Thank you for joining us. With big love, we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
See you next week.